Coming up on our show, Crystal Burney spent a day on the farm to find out how to pick your perfect Christmas tree.
Preference, you look for good color in the tree. That's usually an indication of good health. And
And we start our Christmas baking early with some tasty treats. We'll show you what's behind holiday gingerbread cake.
And finally, though money may be tight, we'll show you the benefits of donating your time to those in need.
Found more satisfaction out of working here one day than I have ever worked my former employer.
Hello and welcome to Humber News Holiday Special, coming to you from the Broadcast Center here at the North Campus. I'm Jessica LaBerge.
And I'm Kyle Hall. Today on our show, we'll tell you about some special holiday events in the city, how much snow you can expect over the holidays, and great winter escapes to visit across the country. But first, Jessica has our top story.
According to recent figures from Statistics Canada, fewer Canadians are donating money to charity. In 2007, Canadians donated $8.65 billion to charity. In 2008, that number fell to $8.19 billion. Last year, Canadians donated $7.75 billion. Compared to 2007, donations to Canadian charities are down nearly $1 billion, and since 2008, 200,000 fewer Canadians gave money. In light of these numbers, reporter Pam Ball went to find out other ways you can spread some holiday cheer.
Recent statistics show Canadians are donating less money to charity, but there's one way people can give back to their communities without breaking the bank.
Economic times, sometimes it's hard for families to either make donations or give money. So it's an opportunity now to volunteer your time, which everybody has.
The Scott Mission is one organization in this city where people can continue the holiday tradition of giving. The mission provides help to those less fortunate with the support of volunteers. Whether sorting items in the food bank, distributing clothing to those in need, or preparing meals, volunteer coordinator Trevor Smith says the time that people put into the mission doesn't go unnoticed.
They know that everyone who comes is coming for their sake. And special items like knitted items, you really get to see it, because when we give over a knitted item, we say somebody made this purposely to give to you, and it has that heart connection with it. And so they feel it. They see it, and they really appreciate it.
The mission employs 85 staff members and has nearly 6,000 volunteers. One of them is Hans de Wild. For the past 2 years, de Wild has been coming in twice a week to lend his skills as a chef.
But I came here and I found that I found more satisfaction out of working here one day than I have ever worked my former employer.
Deborah Gardner is the executive director of Volunteer Toronto, an organization that connects people with volunteer opportunities. She says the need for people to contribute their time is present throughout the year.
If you think about volunteering over the holidays and you can find a place to volunteer, that's great. But let's start thinking about it the other 364 days a year.
If you'd like to volunteer but aren't sure where or how you'd like to do so, Gardner recommends finding a cause that you're passionate about or to look for a change that you'd like to see in your community. Pam Ball, Humber News.
We've already had quite a few snowfalls in and around Toronto. Winter weather reporter Christina Russo will tell us how much more snow is headed our way.
Even though winter doesn't officially kick off until December 21st, it didn't stop the snow from covering the GTA in the early days of the month. During the opening weeks of December, Toronto accumulated almost 2 more centimeters of snow than was recorded last year. The yearly average snowfall in Toronto is 115 centimeters, and projections say December's snow accumulation will hit 29 centimeters. That should take away the threat of a green Christmas this year. If we look ahead to what we can expect in the new year, the month of January receives an average snowfall of 31 centimeters, and the average for February is 22 centimeters. And if you're wondering what the snowiest day on record in Toronto was, it was way back on December 11th, 1944. Downtown Toronto got dumped with 48 centimeters on that day. Let's hope we don't see anything that severe this winter. That's all for me. Now back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Christina. After the break, some tips from a Christmas tree farm. And if the cold weather's got you down, reporter Natalia Bouya has a recipe to warm you up.
You don't need to invite Julia Childs over for Christmas this year. I'll show you how to make caramel apple gingerbread cake after the break.